I want to talk to you guys today about 25 things that I want to start doing in 2025. And then I also have a list, not of 25, but of things that I want to stop doing in 2025, and then things that I want to continue doing in 2025. If this video does not get too long, I do have a couple of brief reflections on 2024 to chat with you about. However, if this video gets really, really long, maybe we will just not do that. Let's get into it. They're really just all over the map. I thought of this prompt for myself because I was watching some other people's videos, and I thought of just the first things that came to mind. So I don't really have categories. They're literally just random. And honestly, they're probably in the order that I thought of them because I just have these on my notes app. Number one, I want to start washing my hair more. I was always that person that was like, yeah, I could go like 9 days and I'm running on, E with dry shampoo and all that kind of stuff. And I just realized it's just, I've been on a healthy hair journey for a while, and I just feel like it's not benefiting my hair to be doing that. And I've recently discovered my love of blowouts. I know that sounds ridiculous, just given how late I am to the game. I recently got a Dyson Airwrap, and I literally only got it with Ulta points. I really was not willing to spend that much money on one, to be honest, but I saved a lot of Ulta points and I got it for free. So, I mean, for free, because I didn't spend any money at Ulta to get there. You know how it goes. But knowing how much I love it, I'm not gonna sit here and say it's worth the money, but if I knew how much I'd love it, I'd probably consider getting one. They do have Shark versions of it now that are, I think, like a couple $100 cheaper or whatever. I've just been loving it. I've realized how much I love myself a good blowout. In fact, I wear my hair down so much more than I ever used to. I used to not be able to stand to be like in my house lounging in front of the TV with my hair down. Like that was just despicable to me. Like it had to be up, it had to be out of my face. If you hear whining, it's Reese. So yeah, I want to start washing my hair more. I feel like every 3 to 4 days would be ideal. Like maybe having to use dry shampoo one day and then getting a fresh blowout. And I've just been loving that. And I feel like it's really good for my healthy hair journey, considering that I then can do treatments on my hair more often because I typically do oil treatments as well as masking when I wash it. So the more I wash it, the more I can do those treatments. Yeah. Face yoga. Have you guys seen face yoga? I will pop up some videos for you. There are people on TikTok and Instagram that have really done some interesting things with face yoga, and I feel like I'm trying to be a believer in it. But it's basically like, doing this stuff and you're like manipulating. Like the one that I'm really trying to do is where you're literally working your muscles right here, and you can feel it afterwards. Like when you get the rhythm down, you can feel it, and it burns almost like you're doing squats, kind of a thing. And the idea is that it's supposed to kind of like lift your face and, look like natural filler kind of thing, because it's like you're almost boosting the look of your cheeks because why does it? I guess because it's a muscle, and when you work out muscles, it gets bigger. I'm like thinking it's not just lifting, I guess it's a muscle. I work out my arms get bigger, that kind of a thing. Very interesting. I'll link some videos for you. I've never seen it before. I did start gua sha-ing, not that that's a face yoga necessarily, but I do think the lymphatic drainage has helped me have a less puffy face overall, so I'm here for it. Learning how to ski. I feel like this is very relevant because I am actually ready to head to Bend, Oregon this weekend to go visit my girlfriend Jess, and she obviously skis a ton. She's taught people how to ski in the past, and she is going to give personal lessons to Dave and I. So I have a feeling, based on how much I hated snowshoeing, if you didn't see that video, I will link my vlog from Oregon where I was complaining about snowshoeing. I have a feeling I'm gonna hate it, but I at least want to try it. I want to be able to say I did it. You know what I mean?
There you go. Beautiful, Jen. Yes. Yes, yes, now come to me, head up, come to me, shoulders at me, look at me, there you go. Dude.
I did it.
You did it.
That was fun. Here are 3 things, and they're all very similar, so I'll just kind of talk about them all together. Start and finish my YouTube studio, decorate my living room, and decorate my bedroom. That might sound stupid because it's like, okay, why wouldn't you do those things if they're not decorated? But I'll tell you why. Let's start with like decorating my living room and my bedroom. We have already been in this house for, I'm filming this is January, and we've been here, May will be 2 years. We've spent that entire time focusing on getting the family compound approved. We went through a lot of stuff with with the city and just a whole thing, permits and all this kind of stuff. The build out itself was like 5 months. And with that, we are putting a pause on renovation. Not forever, but just, I don't feel then comfortable just like dumping all this other, money or even going to get a loan or whatever into doing renovations. I would rather stay a little bit more conservative with it. And the reason why this is different than the original plan is I kind of was like just gonna hold out. It's like, listen, I don't have time. I don't wanna waste money on decorating something that's only gonna be renovated and changed. And do I even, is the layout even the same, which it's not going to be. So I don't really know how all that lines up. But it has really hit me the fact that we are gonna be here 2 years. I literally don't have a drop of paint in our bedroom. I don't have throw pillows. And like, if you know me, this is a big deal for me. I don't have a headboard. I don't have a headboard. And if you have followed any of my prior interior design journey, it would be absolutely shocking to think that I don't have these things because they're important to me and they make me happy. And I'm like, I don't want to just continue to say oh, well, don't bother. We're going to renovate. It's like, this is my house. And I feel like this is what you make it. And do I like my house as it is now? No, but at least would like it better if I decorated it. Literally, the only thing I've done so far is mega desk over here. And this isn't even done, but it makes me so happy to be over here because I really love, what I did over here. And I'm happy when I'm at corporate gen office, which is where I'm sitting right now. It just makes me happier. So I think that I just should proceed accordingly. I know that sounds kind of stupid, but it's a different mentality than when I came here. So there's that. Same with my YouTube studio. I was going to do kind of a whole studio situation renovation. I think I'm now just going to do one room downstairs. The idea is that I want it to be where all my filming equipment lives. Before I was a YouTuber / social media person, I would have probably thought it seems silly to need a studio, but when I tell you, you absolutely do. I mean, it is such a barrier to filming when you've got to find your filming equipment. I remember in my old house, I would keep it in my tub, literally my guest bathroom tub. And I'm like, where's my filming card? Where's my microphone? Where's my other microphone? Where's my camera? Where's my, it's a mess. And the more barriers to entry like that to film, the less likely that I'm just gonna sit down and quickly film a video for you guys. Same with my other socials. My largest social, as I think I've mentioned multiple times, is Instagram. I don't post as much on Instagram because I don't have great lighting or a great setup and whatever, and things are supposed to be aesthetic. So what I really want to do with the one room downstairs that has the dog kennels in it, stay tuned. Stay tuned. We have a room with dog kennels in it, the size of, from here to the ceiling. It's really wild. They go indoor and outdoor. It's really good times over here. And I wanted to just almost have 4 walls, wallpaper, maybe some clothing storage, so that I almost have different backgrounds for different things, whether that's YouTube, whether it's Instagram, whatever. And I really just want it to be, I'm ready to film. I'm sure you guys have noticed, my footage that I get is just extremely variable. I try to focus on natural light. Which I still prefer natural light, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of all over the place. There's really not a lot of consistency to it. And the more I think about it, it's I've been doing this, second career of mine for September of 2020. Yeah, I mean, so over 4 years now. And literally half that time has been chaos. Honestly, the entire time has been chaos because my old house, although it was aesthetically nicer, I didn't have the proper setup. My stuff didn't fit. Like I said, I was keeping my stuff in the guest hall bathroom. And then, we lived with my parents for many, many months. Now we moved in here. I still haven't done my studio. So it's almost like I've just been in this and I'm just setting myself up to struggle, I guess is kind of the way, to struggle in my YouTube / social media career I know that sounds very dramatic to say, but that's kind of how I feel about it. So I'm excited to do that. And I'm definitely prioritizing that in, we'll say Q1. Making time for friends that I don't see as often. I've had this resolution for a while. However, I think I have done a better job at making time for friends that I'm really close with, but I want to make time for friends that I'm not as close with, meaning we could be closer. A lot of them happen to be more couple friends, but I don't want to lose touch with them. I really want to make sure that I'm feeding the relationship and, just seeing them, hanging out, all that kind of stuff. Pretty self-explanatory. Having a better personal organization, better personal, I don't even know, methods to my madness, less of a personal struggle. I was recently diagnosed with ADHD. If you're not new here, that does not surprise you at all. Just the way that I completely cannot even get a thought out without going on 10,000 tangents. And I start ADHD medication. We're gonna start experimenting with medication at the end of this month. I am so excited. I feel very hopeful. It almost reminds me of when I was diagnosed with my sleep disorder, hypersomnia. If you are not aware, it's very similar. It's like narcolepsy adjacent, very similar to that. When I finally got on those medications back in 2018, I mean, it changed my whole life. I could drive without falling asleep at the wheel. I mean, it changed my entire life. So this, I would say, is less dramatic than that. However, I'm very excited to just have a better life. Just have a better life, hopefully, we'll see. Wearing jeans more. So I recently discovered that I don't mind wearing jeans as much when they're not as tight. And ever since my recent 40-pound weight loss, I have a lot of jeans that are much more comfortable to wear. I will always stand by the fact that jeans are gonna be the most flattering on me when they look a certain way, when they're fitted a certain way, they're a certain color, they're a certain cut, all the things. However, that doesn't need to be me every day. I don't care. And I think I've already found myself wearing jeans a lot more, way less of a leggings are pants. Leggings are pants. Okay, I'm not wavering on that. But I am much better to wear kind of complete outfits every single day, a little bit more than just lounge clothes. I still do wear my fair share, don't get me wrong. But I'm trying that a little bit more because I'm taking advantage of the fact that I have lots of 18s in my closet, 16s that are a little bit big for me, not overly big. And my 14s are still kind of they fit, they don't fit, it just depends. And I'm taking advantage of the fact that those actually do feel comfortable to sit at corporate gen all day, and I feel good. Rebuilding my jewelry collection, and if you are not new here, you probably have heard me speak in the past. I 100%, this is pre-influencer gen, had a jewelry addiction. It was bad to the point that I completely got rid of almost all of my jewelry. I was like, I am not gonna be doing this anymore. And then what's so funny is I essentially replaced jewelry with makeup, go figure. And now I'm really missing the jewelry. And I have slowly started to build up my collection, but I really wanna curate my collection a little bit differently than I have in the past. Definitely I'm just interested in getting different stuff from different places, trying to discover new retailers or brands of jewelry. If you do have any suggestions, I would love to hear them. What are your favorite kind of, I'd say affordable jewelry brands? I mean, they don't have to be $5, but I'd say generally stuff that's under $100 is gonna be more my wheelhouse. And I'd love to hear what you guys like because I wanna check them out. I wanna discover new stuff. I want to start thrifting. Thrifting is something that I have probably practically never done. I'm not saying I've never been to a thrift store. I donate a lot, as we all do, I'm sure, but I don't typically go there as a destination to be like, I am going to look for home decor, whatever. My girlfriend Donna has really been into thrifting, and she has a lot of really fun home decor flips. I feel like, Donna, I know you always watch all my videos. I love you so much. I feel like you have inspired me to want to do this a little bit more, so hopefully we can go together. Let's go together, let's do the thing. But I'm also interested in looking for fashion items. You guys know I love to put together looks, be in the kitchen cooking them looks. I love to think outside of the box of how to wear something, which I feel like completely lends itself to being a thrifter, even in the fashion world. I honestly love wearing stuff for their non-intended purpose, just like for decor, using something for its non-intended purpose, which Donna has done a really good job at with all of her fun flips that she has at her house. So yeah, I wanna start doing that this year, and I'm really excited to just get into it. I wanna start journaling again, but I wanna do it in two different ways. So the thing that when I say journaling, it's very journaling light. I have 12 books that's one for each of the years, each of the months. So January through December. And every I think 10 pages in these journals, it's 1, 2, 3, and then it counts all the days. And the idea is I've always had such a terrible memory that I would on, January 5th, let's just say you open up the January book, you turn to page 5, and I write down 2018, 2019, and really just a highlight of what I did that day. It's mostly logging, if I'm being totally honest. But it's really fun then to read back what you did that day on that year. I mean, I just really, I've enjoyed that, and I've kind of gotten out of it with living in different places and moving a million times. So I really want to get back into doing that. I have all the stuff already set up, so it's not hard at all. And the other thing that I have discovered, this is almost like a bonus because I think this is more than 25 items now, is junk journaling. I have seen this on TikTok. I think it looks so fun. I will throw up some images or whatever, but the idea is that I would describe it as sloppy scrapbooking. There's no aesthetic, it's all just fun, and there's no rules at all, which I'm all about, and I really want to get into that. I really want to do more of these DIY things that really speak to my creative spirit because I love crafting. I've completely gotten gotten out of it. I love sewing. I've gotten out of that. I used to make a lot of stuff. I used to make clothes. I used to make bags. I used to make all of the pillows that were in my old house, as well as all the curtains that were in my old house. And I don't do any of that kind of stuff anymore. I'd love to almost get back into doing stuff with clothes. Like maybe that ties in with thrifting. I see something and I'm like, ooh, put this together and that together, and you know, and I'd love to feature that on the channel as well. Let me know if that's anything that you're interested in. Not so much the junk journaling, but probably more the thrifting flips in terms of fashion, you know, buying this, putting it on this, put it together, cut it, DIYing it. Let me know if you are interested in seeing that. Getting outside first thing in the morning. This is something I have never attempted to do in my entire life. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that it's dark, it's quiet, it's often cold, half the year, you know, it's cold. And it just never looked at appealing. However, I've heard so many great things about it, how it really sets the tone for the whole day. And it really just sets you up for almost being happier that day, more successful that day, almost kind of like the vibe of making your bed. Start with something small, you did it, you accomplished it. And of course it helps with endorphins and all that kind of stuff. The other piece of that is also going on more walks in the evening, specifically after dinner, because it really helps with blood sugar and things like that. My husband was recently found to be pre-diabetic, which if you know him, probably appears surprising just because, you know, I don't know, he might be 165 pounds, 5'11", but you know, that doesn't always equal the most healthy. It is confusing though, because he does exercise a lot already and generally eats healthy. So it was quite a bit of a shock, but we are really looking to, and already have started to make a lifestyle change where this whole hormone balancing and going sugar-free, and I shouldn't say sugar-free, low sugar, low carb for me is, I think, going to be a little bit easier to stick to overall because we're doing it together and we're also doing it for his health. So, and of course mine, but you know, I feel like getting a little pre-diagnosis like that really just kind of puts the fire under you a little bit more. So yeah, we've already started doing that. It's not deep into January yet, so I'm excited that we've already giving that a go. Getting ready every day. And I think this just helps boost my mood. For me, who I'm always trying to juggle my real job with this job, if I am ready for the day, I'm so much more likely to just quickly film content. I mean, I can tell you, I got ready this morning before work. It's after 5 o'clock now here. You can probably see it's getting darker. I probably should turn my lights up. And I probably wouldn't be filming this video if I wasn't already ready. Do you know what I mean? Like if I wasn't ready for work, and then not only I feel like do I have a better performance at work because I'm just like there, I'm ready, I'm like on camera, all the things. Again, I feel like it's almost like the making your bed, like getting yourself in that mindset, carrying yourself with more confidence, all that kind of stuff. I feel like I wouldn't be making this video right now because even if I wanted to make a video after work, I would have been like, oh, well, I have to get ready. And then that's like a whole hour or more. And then I'm gonna be tired and I'm not gonna wanna film the video. So it just helps set me up for success, at least honestly, I'd say with both jobs, really. This is extremely obvious, but I have not accomplished this yet, and that is finding a place for everything in my house. If it doesn't fit, I don't want it, but I haven't even organized everything since moving in. Because again, we moved in, the focus was completely on getting the rest of my family in here for the family compound idea. And I completely put myself in, you know, on the back burner 100%. Like I'm still getting my closet together. It's really pathetic, but here we are. We're just being honest here in 2025. So once I get all of that down, and I'm definitely a lot closer than I was, I'm probably like 75% there. If there's not a spot for it, I don't want it, and I don't want to have this situation where stuff is sitting around because it doesn't have a home. It needs to have a home. Do you guys ever notice too, I'm so much more likely to like want to put stuff away, to want to be organized if I'm like, yep, I know where that goes and there's a spot for it. If there's not, that's when it's like, it just starts to make piles, and then piles become bigger and it just snowballs from there. Taking more vitamins, and especially more regularly. I have some in mind, you know, nothing overly unique or whatever, but I just like, I don't even take anything for bone health. I just need to start doing all of that. Like I can't keep saying, oh, I'll take it when I'm older. Like I'm older, you know, like I'm turning 40 this year. Like I am, I'm not saying that that's old, but like, you know, what I used to say when I was in my early 20s, I'll do that when I'm older. It's like, okay, well, I am older now than I was when I was 20. So it's time. There's no time like the present. You know what I mean? Getting back into reading. I have such book envy when I watch watch people talking about the books they've read. I used to love reading so much and I just don't prioritize it now, typically because I'm just working both of my jobs, which kind of again puts myself into like, I typically put myself last in terms of like prioritizing myself. I mean, luckily with doing this job, it is the stuff that I love. So I am doing hobbies while I'm getting the content. So that is still good, but I feel like I still need to prioritize myself. And then the next one actually is prioritizing family. My husband and I started this date night regimen where every other week he picks a date night and then I pick a date night. And I'm really glad that we're doing that because he and I just work the business. I know a lot of you guys don't think this is a business. I promise you that it is. You know, we've had an LLC from the beginning, a trademark, you know, like we have outsourced bookkeeping, like it's a whole business, even though I know a lot of people think, oh, it's just influencing. It is what it is. It's a business and we pretty much run it every single night and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. We choose to do it and that's fine, but we continue to sort of deprioritize each other, our relationship, and we don't want to do that anymore. It's like, I feel like when I first came into social media, I was like, run, 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 go, go, go as fast as you can. It's all about growing, growing, growing. And now I've kind of just settled into like, I just want the balance. I mean, that's just what I want. I've accepted sort of like a slow and steady growth, if you could even call it that. And I like doing it, but I need to have a better balance while doing it. It's not about like running, running, running. It's about just literally slowing down and smelling the roses on a Tuesday and doing content when I can. I mean, that's kind of where I've landed on everything. And I feel already happier because of that. Having a morning routine, which does kind of go into the whole like getting ready every day, but also I tend to get very overwhelmed with just like everyday tasks because it all just seems like a lot, like a laundry is an example. I'm terrible at doing laundry. It's so many steps. I hate it. I know that sounds stupid. It just, I struggle with it. But it's like if every day I can just take one little step in the morning towards laundry or one little step in the morning towards something in the kitchen, I just feel like it will really help divide things up and make them much more palatable and I will do them more. I often take this approach to when I have something that is just so messy, like meaning I just throw all the stuff in one room, right? And it's like, then that room looks like, you know, I will just approach it in very small steps. Like I will say, okay, I am going to literally just take 10 things from that room and put them away every day. It almost seems like you're getting nothing done, but it's like you'll actually do it because it's only 10 things. And then once you're in there, you'll find yourself doing more than that. I think there's that philosophy with the gym. If you tell yourself you're only gonna work out for 10 minutes, you're way more likely to work out because it's only 10 minutes. And you're way more likely to then, once you're 10 minutes, you're in there, you're like, oh, this isn't so bad. I'll keep going. It's that whole mentality. It's like I just have to go through life fooling myself. You know what I mean? And then usually it works out. I want to continue building out my earscape that I absolutely love. And actually, I'd love to get into ear modeling. I feel like, I think right now I have maybe 16 piercings in my ears. I overall want to have probably like 25, maybe like another 10. And there's just not that many people that have that many piercings and, you know, ear models are a real thing. So I would love to do that. And, you know, it's like a content diversification kind of a thing. I should say income diversification. So I really would love to do that. Maybe not necessarily in 2025, but just continue to build out my earscapes because they do take, literally cartilage takes 12 to 18 months to heal. And it's probably would be hard to do ear modeling when you've got all these healing piercings. So, but continue the journey, you know. I recently bought a 1967 vintage Bronco that definitely, you know, he's drivable, he's good, he's cute, but he definitely needs some work. We knew that. It's a whole thing. And I want to start working on him. I also need a name for him. I was thinking about calling him Barry the Bronco. I don't know. Let me know if you have any name ideas. We're going to start doing that this year. I'm thinking March. I want to start watching more interior design content. So I have been so passionate about interior design. It used to be all that I ever consumed ever, 24/7. I loved it. It's so inspiring when you do that. And I feel like I watch nothing now. I feel like I have no inspiration now. Like I told you, it's like I need to also start decorating and I feel like I have no inspiration, which is so not like me. I mean, at my old house, I had that house decorated like 10 times over. Not actually, because my husband would have like really hated me. But I literally had ideas and mood boards for every single room, probably 10 times over, like totally different moods, totally different vibes for every single room. I had so many plans. My thoughts would just run wild. And I'm like, I cannot even decorate this house that many times. And here I'm just like, I don't know. Like, what color do I want to do in my bedroom? Like green? I don't know. It's like, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. So I want to be inspired. I would like to start embracing my wavy hair. I've never really tried the curly girl method. I do have 2A wavy hair. I do know that, but I've never done a lot to like make it look cute with it being wavy. And I'd like to get into that a little bit. I've always just done like the gel, you know, and usually liked it a little bit better on day 2, but I've never really kind of tried to like do the coils, and it's not like it's going to be super coily, but I think it would make it look a little bit more of that like soft curl. And I would really like to try that. I've always figured I didn't love my purple hair whenever it was scrunched like that. And it's hard. It's really hard for me to give up my purple hair. I think about it all the time, but then I also think about how sad I would be to give up my purple hair. It's been probably at least 4, maybe going on 5 years for my purple hair, and I just love it so much. But maybe if it was a little bit more curly like this, almost like how I do it when I actually put heat to it, maybe I wouldn't mind it purple and curly. We'll see. And then this one is like a businessy goal, having better video organization, because she a hot mess right now, and return management. You wouldn't believe how many things I tried to go return and I've missed the return window because I am so bad at organization for my videos. There's no rhyme or reason. I do return a lot of stuff. I've always been very transparent about that. I probably keep about I should say it's probably my goal to keep about 1/3 of the stuff that I feature. So like, let's say I'm doing a jeans haul, a denim haul, and I feature 10, 12 pairs of jeans. I'll probably keep 2 out of that. And otherwise it's, you know, I view it as almost like a service. It's a try-on service. It's a shopping service. That's sort of how I view it. I never try to convince anybody to buy anything. I'm always, I mean, you guys know that if you watch my channel, I'm always just like, here this is, and here are factually my opinion on it. I'm not like, oh my God, this is the best ever, you have to buy this. And then the next thing, oh my God, this is the best ever. I don't do that. That's not me. I'm like, hey, here's the jeans. If you like them, if we have a similar body shape, here's what they look like. Like, that's kind of the service, and that's what I do. And so I do return a decent amount of stuff. However, I'm still probably only returning half of what I want to return because I'm like, oh shoot, I missed the return window. It's terrible. I need to get better. Let's move on to what I want to stop doing in 2025. This sort of ties into things I want to start doing, but what I want to stop doing is working 24/7. I want to stop doing that. Life is made up of Tuesdays, right? Like, life is not made up of, oh, when I'm skinny, oh, when I'm a size 10, oh, when I don't know, grow out my hair, oh, when I go on vacation, oh, when I this, oh, when I that. Life is not made up of the singular trip that you're looking forward to that year. I mean, it's great. I'm not saying it's not great, but like, life is made up of Tuesdays, regular Tuesdays. You know what I'm saying? So I want to enjoy those Tuesdays. I want to enjoy my life. I don't want to just enjoy when I'm on a break. I don't want to just enjoy when I'm on vacation. I don't want to all be happy when, or all do that when I retire. I'm not doing any of that at all. You know, retirement is a gift that not everybody is afforded. And I want to be happy on Tuesday. I keep saying Tuesday. And hence the date night, all that kind of stuff that I already talked about. I really do need to decondition myself to be a workaholic. And it's not even just this. If it wasn't this, it would be something else. Before I started this journey of having this job, I've worked 2 jobs most of my life just because, again, like I said, if it's not this, it'd be something else. Before I started YouTube, I was gonna go get a second master's degree. Did I need a second master's degree? Like, literally, would that have helped me in my career at all? Would it have even given me more money in my financial career? No, but it's like, I just always feel like I need to be working towards something. I need to be doing something, and that's fine, but I need to stop sacrificing anything else because of it. Like, again, if I did not work this job, I probably would work something else, just because I'm like, well, I might as well do something with my extra time. Like, anyway, I need to stop comparing myself to other influencers. And this might surprise you in a different way than probably what you might think I'm gonna say. I feel like what maybe would be typical to say is like, oh, like, you can't be perfect, or they're not perfect, their life isn't even perfect, it's a highlight. I know all that. Like, trust me, I get it. It's more like, I get almost envious of other influencers really that are full-time. And that's what it comes down to. And it's not the fact that they're full-time. I love my job, truly. I've worked so hard to get to where I am in my job. I have a really good job. Like, I'm a senior vice president at my company, and I absolutely love the people that I work with. I love that they think it's cool that I do social media. Like, everybody knows it. It's like I have the best situation, and I absolutely love that. It's more that I compare myself to other people that are full-time and they can upload way more than me. So again, this kind of goes back to me being a workaholic. Like, I'm almost jealous when people can upload reels every single day, because I'm like, I just can't. Like, I just can't do that. Or they can upload 3 YouTube videos a week or have a schedule with their YouTube videos, because I just can't do it. And I need to stop comparing myself to them, because I'm not full-time. Like, I am not and it's pretty much probably mostly full-time influencers that I'm comparing myself to, which is a completely unfair comparison, right? Like, I have 50 or 60 less hours a week than they do with being my corporate baddie self. Like, I just do, factually. And I'll just never be them, factually. And I need to accept that. And I need to stop comparing myself to them. Anyway, scrolling TikTok so much. But TikTok is addictive, and I've learned so much on TikTok. I love TikTok. I grew pretty quickly on TikTok, but then I quickly realized how much I honestly hated posting on TikTok, mostly because they don't show your videos to the community. Like, they literally don't show it to your own community. It's almost like your videos are just always being seen by new people. And I'm so much of a community person. I like to foster and build community, and I really hated that about it. However, I loved being a consumer of TikTok. I'm barely a consumer of hardly any other content. I do have some favorites on YouTube that I'll often put on more like as background when I'm working, if it's sort of almost podcast style. I really don't watch anybody in my niche, the YouTube space, at all. If I do watch anybody that I'm interested in that's like non-podcast, it's usually beauty related stuff, makeup specifically. So, but that's very rare. And I don't consume anything on Instagram or any other platform. So TikTok is my weakness in terms of being a consumer of content. And I just, no, it's too much. Oh, this is another good one. I always use the phrase that I'm a passenger in my own life. And I think that goes back to it being like, okay, I'm just gonna do social media. Like, it's gonna go super well. And I just need to like hard work, run to the finish line, and everything's gonna be great. And you can only do that for so long. It's already been 4 years. And I kind of just consider myself sometimes a passenger in my own life. And I don't like that. I'm done with that. I'm stopping doing that. We're done with that. I put here, having purple hair, question mark. I already kind of talked about that. Even for a moment. I almost can't get myself to give it up for one hair appointment. I don't even know that I can give it up for one singular hair appointment, because I think she'd almost spend several hair appointments trying to get the purple out. And then it's like, okay, now we worked hard to get it out. Am I really gonna put it right back in? But anyway, I would love a small break from it, but it's almost like I don't want it to be more than a few weeks. So therefore, do I really want to break from it? It's almost, maybe I'll just get a wig, like a wig that's not my purple hair, and start wearing that to get a break from my purple hair. Because I really don't want to break from it. I just, sometimes it would be cool to, like, you know, have something slightly different. All right, this is clearly becoming a very long video, so I definitely don't think I'm gonna do my reflection, but let me know if you want me to do a get ready with me. I'd like to do a little bit more of gets readies with me's on this channel. And I think maybe doing a reflection of 2024 might be an interesting way to do that. So let me wrap this up by saying the things that I want to continue doing in 2025. My healthy hair journey. I cannot tell you how much I regret not trying to invest in a healthy hair journey early on. I just sort of accepted that my hair was like, hey, it was dry, it was cracked, it was disgusting. People still tell me my hair is disgusting. Not everybody, but like, I still do get those comments, your hair's dry, it's gross, whatever. And I'm not saying it's perfect, it's not, but it is so much better than it used to be. Insanely better than it used to be. And I have really enjoyed having nice hair, and it's really made me completely fine with having very fine hair. I have a lot of it, but it is very fine hair. It's not thick at all. And it's really allowed me to love my hair, even though I don't have nice thick hair, I don't have extensions, I don't have any of that. And I still really like my hair. And it's because of my healthy hair journey, for sure. And the fact that it's purple. I want to continue doing my hormone balancing program. I've had a lot of success with it. I'd like to do another round of weight loss, which typically when you do a round of weight loss, I can go into this. I think I alluded in another video that I'm going to do like a whole deep dive on it or whatever. You typically lose about 20 pounds. I think I'd like to do one more round of weight loss, maybe get myself down to like 180. And I think I don't know that I desire to be much thinner than that, to be honest with you. I don't know that I do. So I'd be really happy at that weight. We'll say 170 to 180. Using my Mega Desk office over here, that's sort of a quasi gym. I've got like a little walking pad over here. I've got a little step elliptical thing here. I've got free weights. I love doing that. I think it's really great. I can stand at this desk. It's already raised up to stand, and I just have a higher chair here that I sit on, and I just love that, and I want to continue to do that. Keeping my closet organized. I've done a ton to organize my closet. It's not completely there yet, but I want to continue that journey, and I want to keep it that way. I want to keep it organized, which is very obvious, but it's easier said than done. I've done a pretty good job with it into this year, and I want to keep it up. In terms of organization, I have done a couple different methods, and they're not anything formal and they're not anything new. It's really not rocket science, but I want to keep doing that because I feel like it does help. The whole concept of like not putting stuff down. So like, let's just say I'm taking something from downstairs to upstairs. It's a pair of shoes and some jewelry that I took off downstairs and was sitting on the step to go up. It's about taking those items and like not putting them down, putting them away. So like, don't just take them upstairs and put them in a different pile. If you're very organized, this is gonna sound really, really stupid to you. I get it, but it's about going right to where those, did I say shoes? What did I say? I think I said shoes and jewelry. It's going right to where they belong and putting them away. It's coming in from the outside, and instead of just throwing your coat down in the living room or wherever, it's going to the closet and putting it away. It's like the one touch method, if you will. The other thing I want to keep doing is, I don't even know what this method is called. I'm just gonna say I'm going here method. So meaning, it's the whole thing of like, don't go empty-handed. So like, I sit over here, this is kind of like a loft area, and it wraps around our balcony here, and it's like a dead end. So stuff often kind of gets like stuck over here. So meaning I have plates, I have whatever that need to get out of here. And it's like okay, I'm going there, let me take something with me. It's like don't go empty-handed, don't go upstairs empty-handed, don't walk to that room empty-handed. If you're in a room and you're heading to another room where something is going, it's like, take it with you. Don't not do it and just wait for a big cleanup. It's this idea of cleaning as you go. And then if you couple that with the one touch method, it's like you'll take something from another room to the other room where it goes, and then you'll actually put it away. It's that concept. It's really not rocket science. I get it. When you struggle with organization, little stuff like this can make a big difference. All right, that was long. I apologize. It was longer than I thought. I was rambling on, but please do let me know what your 2025 list like this looks like. Just give me one thing from each of the categories, from one of the categories, something you want to start doing, stop doing, continue doing. Give me all three of those, or, you know, or just one of those. I would love to hear that down in the comments, or give me none of those and just leave me a heart emoji if you are still here. Or the secret video word for this video is Tuesday. Don't forget to subscribe if you're awesome, and click that notification bell so that you be notified every single time I be in the kitchen cooking them look, and I will see you in the next one. I did that wrong. Bye.